Hello, and welcome back to the next review in the Trilogy Month, where, in case you don't know, for the entire month of May, I'm doing Trilogy Months, where I review a trilogy on the Monday, the Wednesday, and a Friday. Obviously, today is Friday, so that means you're getting another installment, and the final installment in the uh, Broly trilogy, the Z Broly trilogy, and that being Bio Broly. I literally just finished it, and I'm also watching this the same day that I watched Broly Second Coming because Broly Second Coming was like 50 minutes. The Bio Broly was like 40, 45, 46 minutes long, including end credits. So, this Bio Broly is well known in the Dragon Ball fandom for being one of the worst Dragon Ball films out there, and it is a hot take for some people to actually like it. And I'm not one of them. I'm one that hates this film. Not hate. Hate is a strong word. But I definitely have a strong disliking for this film. It took a. It just brought Broly back for a third time for no apparent reason. Had it just been Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, and Broly Second Coming, it would have been fine. But because of Broly's popularity, they decided to bring him back for a third time. And then, of course, he eventually, later on, became canon to the main story. So, but before I get into that, before I get into like how bad it is, I decided that I'm going to talk about some positives that I have uh, in this. There's not many. There's about two. The first one literally appears at the end of the film, and that's when we cut to Otherworld, where we see Goku eating a bunch of food and being told by Bubbles, King Kai's monkey, which is a reference to Michael Jackson's monkey of the same name, by the way, that Broly is in hell causing trouble, or Hiffle, if you want to go by the original 4 Kids version. Not 4 Kids, the original Funimation version. Um, and so he's, tasked to go with Pycon, who's a filler character that does appear in the Fusion Reborn film, but he's still, non-canon at this point in time. And then, of course, he sits back down to eat some more because he's not done eating, which is typical Goku. And then the other good thing that I love about that I will say that I enjoyed about this film, even though it was so boring that I stopped paying attention. Um, that at the end of the film we see bits that we haven't seen, of where scenes, not long after Trunks was born. We see Bulma and Mr. Briefs and Vegeta there, and then we also see not long after Goten was born. We see, their lives being intertwined, as young as they were, and then it shows us scenes from the Buu saga of the two fighting in the junior division of the Tenkaichi Budokai, um, or sorry, Budokai Tenkaichi. Is it Budokai Tenkaichi or Tenkaichi Budokai? One of the two. I get confused because the game swapped out the naming around. Um, so I think it is Tenkaichi Budokai, and Budokai Tenkaichi is the games. Um, it's late and I'm tired. I just want to go to fucking bed at this point. But yeah, and so those are the only two good things about this film. So the film is basically takes place sometime during the Buu saga, where and after the Strongest Under the Heavens martial arts tournament, where number 18, goes to get the reward money from Mr. Satan, who, because she threw the final match during the that tournament. When the rest of the gang went off to go fight Boo. Um, and so then someone from Satan's past comes back to try and prove that Satan is a hack and that he's not strong with using his bio warriors. and one of his bio warriors is Broly. Yeah, you see, the shaman guy from the last film, managed to find a bit of Broly's frozen blood. He chipped a bit off and then brought it um, to be cloned essentially, and then used that to help power the same DNA to power Broly. My one of my big issues with at least the dub version, I'm not too sure again if it's mentioned in the original Japanese version. The shaman not only knows what a Saiyan is, but knows what a Super Saiyan is. You know, um, because I literally not long after filming the last review for Broly Second Coming, I went back downstairs and watched Bio Broly. So it's still fresh in my memory. I don't think it was mentioned once that, or at least for him to overhear of Saiyans and Super Saiyan. So maybe it's just a dubism thing. So yeah, and then of course go once Goten and Trunks realize that Broly's there, realizing how badly shit went the last time, went to go fight him, destroy him before he even got out of the tank. Then he turned into a little shit monster. Yeah, he became a giant sludge monster that's brown colored, that looks like shit. So there's that. And so then they fight. So does 18. And then the sludge thing gets released that eats things as it moves about. And this is where I stopped paying attention and just went on my phone. But then, through the fight, Krillin shows up to help 18, and then they're all getting their asses handed to them. Another good thing, I suppose, about the film is the fact that, whilst yes, Goten and the Kakatot is getting the shit kicked out of them, they're still holding up. They're still getting back up and fighting Bio Broly, and so that's commendable that they are of course the son of Goku and Vegeta, so they are somewhat strong as half human, half Saiyans. Um, and then eventually, what got me to look up from my phone is the fact that Bio Broly gets absorbed by the bio liquid. That's what I'm calling it anyway. Um, and then that's the last we see of him until like towards the end of the film. And I remember looking up from my phone, I was like, "Wait, what? We're already at the end of the film?" Again, I know it's only like 46 minutes long, but I checked the time. I was like, "Oh, we're at like 37 minutes into the film. There's still at least 11 minutes or just shy of 10 minutes left." And Broly's gone already. And then, of course, they realize that, oh, the whole city on this island had to evacuate because it's absorbing people, and because it absorbed Broly, it got a whole heap of power. But then, when we see Mr. Satan again, he jumps into the water, trying not to get absorbed by um, the liquid, and then it turns out the liquid it just doesn't like water, and so the liquid turns to stone, and so that's what they do. The Trunks, uh, Goten, and Krillin use the Kamehameha to basically flood the place to get rid of it. Then Broly magically comes back, and he's a lot bigger, but then because he's in water, he turns to stone, and then they blow up that, and then that's the end of the film. So yeah, I forgot Trunks uses the Kamehameha in this, and I believe it's the only time he's ever done it. So Bio Broly isn't canon, but I definitely think if Vegeta was there, oh boy, Trunks would have had his ass handed to him, for insulting his pride, for using the move of his mortal enemy slash best friend of Goku. So, yeah, happy that I've finally rewatched the DBZ Broly trilogy. Will not be rewatching them anytime soon. I think if I were to rewatch one, it would probably be Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, and I probably just will not touch Second Coming or Bio Broly. in the future. But that is going to wrap up the first week of the trilogy reviews, and I will be back on the 13th of this month for the next set of trilogy reviews. Where, in case you didn't see the scissor reel, the next review is going to be of Batman Begins, which means I'm going into the Nolan Batman films for the very first time. Yeah, I've never seen any of the Dark Knight trilogy, so this will be a first time watch for me for both Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. So that will be out the 13th, the 15th, and the 17th. So basically Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go brush my teeth and go to bed because I am tired. And yeah, I shall see you all tomorrow, obviously, for the weekly pickups video. Assuming that there is one, because I'm recording this on the 3rd of April. So I shall see you for that one.